Welcome to another edition of IMO Sports with Pedro Justice. Danny Swift Garcia versus Keith one-time Thurman, March 4th, 2017. I'm looking forward to this fight. Keith Thurman is looked at as being the puncher and Danny Garcia more the boxer. Danny Garcia definitely has been a fighter that's looked at as an underrated because he kind of just came out of nowhere and he slowly and quietly just rose up, and when he had his opportunities, he took advantage of them. And he's just not a flashy guy. He's real family-oriented person. He's to himself. His dad is heavily influencing his life. I think they just have a good relationship together, so there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that he doesn't really try to market himself, so he definitely is missing out on dollars in that sense. But being a champion, you can make up for that in your hometown, I guess. Now, Keith one-time Thurman, he's a puncher. He can box. He has the personality. He has the determination. He can articulate his thoughts clearly and in a way that makes opportunities for him to do commentating is such an easy transition for him. One thing I like about Keith Thurman is that he gives the other boxer credit for what they do well. And he's not disrespectful. You're not disrespectful with him. He's not disrespectful with you. So I definitely like that about Keith one-time Thurman. Listening to that awkward phone interview they had, it was pretty awkward. It was odd. It was just like, this is not the date and time for things like this. You should have a face-to-face interview unless they just can't stand each other. But in listening to that, it sounded like Keith Thurman was giving Danny Garcia credit. And when they asked Danny Garcia a question, he just, at the end of the day, he never wanted to give Keith Thurman his just due. He was more focused on himself. So either he's trying to feed into that he's the underdog situation, or he is just so focused that he can't even think about anything else because he didn't really give anything in that interview. And Keith Thurman, he had things to say. He articulated himself well. He gave Danny Garcia credit, and he was just trying to build both of them up, not look down on Danny Garcia. But I just didn't like how Danny responded. Usually he's a humble guy. I know he's a hometown guy. He grew up streets, all that good stuff. But either he's just so focused he doesn't want to show anything, or his personality is just he's kind of closed off. Keith did a great job. He rolled with the punches. He didn't take any digs. He just talked about the fight and that he was looking forward and that he was ready to show the world that he is the best 147 pounder out there. And I like that. Right now, I'm seeing if it goes the way where no one makes major mistakes, Keith Thurman may win 7-5 on the scorecard. But if mistakes are made, somebody may fall. And I just don't see Keith Thurman getting knocked out. I can't see that. I've seen him get cracked. I've seen him take it. And he adjusted well, like a person who has a lot of amateur fights. He's been there before, so he knew how to adjust to it. So if Keith Thurman comes out and fights like Herrera did against Danny Garcia, then it's going to be a tough night for Danny Garcia. I just want to see how they strategically match up and see who makes the mistake first. I can definitely see Keith Thurman pushing the envelope, trying to get Danny Garcia to make a mistake. But if Danny and his father have a game plan, they may try to press the offense because Danny Garcia has a good jab. He's a solid fighter. So this is a pretty even fight. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to it. Saturday, March 4th, 2017, Danny Swift Garcia versus Keith one-time Thurman. Right now, I'm leaning towards Thurman 7-5 if it goes to the scorecards. Or if we're in for a treat, somebody is going to go, and it may be a knockout, but I say decision. Let me know what you think. Until next time, it's Pedro Justice.